There ain't any ETH. This is a problem. It actually, I think it may be such a problem in a bull market that it's either going to force massive upside volatility spikes that become kind of unmanageable, or
Today, crypto analyst Raul will be taking us through the magical powers of internet money, Ethereum, walking us through how the crypto markets move faster than the traditional markets and the importance of paying attention to the liquidity cycles in crypto. Raul talks about when the best time he would be looking for entry back into the markets and what his game plan is moving forward. He will also be focusing heavily on his favorite coin, Ethereum, and the potential benefits we could be seeing shortly. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video where Raul reveals his price prediction for Ethereum, where he believes it will be by the end of 2023. And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below to help this video reach more people.
crypto spring. It's the same for the economy as it is for crypto. So the economy will feel like winter time for a bit, and then spring will come. Crypto forward looks it by about 6 months, maybe 9 months, because ETH bottomed in June, Bitcoin bottomed in October. So we got that kind of 6-month lead time. So crypto's already in spring. And spring can be pretty amazing. So if you go back and look at crypto spring in 2019, as I said, both ETH and Bitcoin did 285%. Then they backed off quite a long way for a while, even when the Fed were cutting rates and they stopped quantitative easing. They stopped quantitative tightening and moved to quantitative easing. It actually backed off a bit from then. So let's go back to the previous cycle, the 2014-15 period. That saw similar. But actually what happened was we had this first spring. Then we had this season transition. Now, 2018 and 19 was actually quite a big sell-off over time. 2015, 14 was sideways from this big wedge. And then it all broke higher. And so it's giving us a structure of how these things look like when liquidity comes back. This is not a mystery. It's the liquidity cycle. So it's going to be some form of rally, probably a lot further than we are now, best guess. Consolidation, sideways or down, who the hell knows? And then as the economy continues to be weak and we go into an election, well, lo and behold, they're going to be giving out money again in certain ways, whatever way that is, whether it's tax cuts or anything to create liquidity in the system because you want to win an election. So it's like the same setup all over again. And that's probably why we keep seeing these setups, because it's driven by this liquidity cycle. And every time the Federal Reserve have been doing the same thing, they've either been trying to tighten rates or the economy slowed down and they need to pick it back up again. So it's interesting. So spring is where we are. And we've only just started. So you kind of either buy now, and this is where the market is struggling with this, because few people have flipped out because they made some money, got called the low. The people with shorter term time horizons. Others like it's overbought, but usually these kind of conditions are where you tend to get these crazy legs to the upside because everybody's underweight because everyone's got the same thing as you. Is I don't have enough spot. Oh shit, what do I do? Then you have to FOMO in and you'll end up FOMOing too high. So this is how it is written. It is always this way. And so my best guess, and I don't know, I don't have a crystal ball, but usually because it's set up like this, the path of most pain is higher. And then once everybody goes, right, it's going, it's running, is usually when this correction happens. So do you get another chance to buy it again at these levels if you miss it now? Maybe. We don't know if it has that downward correction or the sideways correction. You will get a time to buy it after a consolidation later. But really, I would be, and this is what I've been doing, is buying, I was buying from June onwards as much as I could with any cash flow I got, because I'm still fully invested in crypto. I never sold anything. But I've been, any cash flow I can, just putting it in is, okay, even now, I've just just put money in recently, expecting a higher move. And then if that consolidation comes, that's when I would add some more again. So if you're a longer term time horizon player, I'm not talking about the short term. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. But I don't find this a bad level to dollar cost average, or just put a chunk in and realize that there is going to be times when it's going to correct again. But the low is in. The number of use cases, the applications, the number of wallet addresses, the kind of velocity of money. Okay, that's amazing. So Ethereum is really special there. But staking is even more special. Another thing the US might try and crack down on. Brian Armstrong was worried about this. But staking is really special, and most people don't understand it because most people don't come from finance. Staking, as we know, you get given a yield if you stake crypto. And if you do it in Ethereum, what you're doing is you have to stake for a year if you're going to do it yourself, or if not, use Lido or Rocket Pool or whatever, and you've got a liquidity mismatch there because they're providing short-term liquidity and staking when it doesn't actually exist. So we know that these things can go wrong. Not saying that they will, but they could. So I won't do that. But this Shanghai fork means that liquidity is available to any staker at any time. What does that do? That creates a money market curve for Ethereum, which is like, people use CDs and they use 2-year bonds and they use this. This is what we're going to create. And that means you have financial liquidity to build things on top of, or you're incentivized to keep your money and stake it because you can get it back at any time, as opposed to some arbitrary date in a year's time when you don't know what the crypto market's going to look like. So I'm going to stake my stuff if I can then. And particularly if I can do it myself, which might be a little more difficult to do, but it's in my control. Nobody can default on me. It's in the smart contract, and I'm going to get my money. So this is a very, very big innovation for what can be built on top of Ethereum. It's also a very, very important mechanism to what Ethereum has created, which is it now has this burning mechanism that is making it scarcer in supply. And we've seen that just coming off the bear market lows, the early stages of spring, the first shoots, the bloody thing went negative issuance already, deflationary. I'm like, And right now, there's only 16% of all ETH is staked. And if you think of staked ETH as taken off the market that nobody can use for derivatives or anything else, right? So you can't create, financial products out of it. Well, all the other big ecosystems like Solana and stuff have up to 40 to 60% staking. So let's assume Ethereum gets to 40%, 35%. So doubling at least of the number of people who've taken Ethereum out of supply. And imagine that's happening in the spring going to summer. There ain't any ETH. This is a problem. It actually, I think it may be such a problem in a bull market that it's either going to force massive upside volatility spikes that become kind of unmanageable. Or if it does drive up fees so much, then obviously it bleeds into the layer twos. But they too consume ETH. So it's still circular. Yes, they consume less ETH. So it's a very interesting situation. So that's why I'm very, very bullish on ETH overall. I just think it's the most vibrant, deepest, broadest ecosystem with the most institutional style adoption, the most that people understand. And let's face it, there is only one money on the internet, and it's not Bitcoin. The money of the internet is Ethereum. It is the only ecosystem where we quote prices in a foreign currency. Now, what was hilarious today, there was a tweet out about the new Bitcoin NFTs, and they're like, they are 1 point whatever Bitcoin brackets X number of ETH. I found that hilarious because ETH is the money of the internet. Now, I don't think it's going to lose that. I don't see any reason why it's not above 10,000. I see no reason at all why it's not above 10,000. So, that's a decent upside from here.
By 2024?
Yeah.